Hello, today we'll be discussing RoboRamsey, a mobile application which aims to cut down food waste and increase business efficiency while improving customer satisfaction. The reason why we chose this application is because in any given year there is about 80 billion pounds of food waste, resulting in about $1,600 worth of food waste per family. To reduce this, we hope to incorporate our application in certain restaurant and food businesses where chefs will have access to exact measurements needed for meals to prevent over wasting certain ingredients. Customers will have the ability to order from their tables without needing a waiter. They will access a smart menu, which will have items that self-update depending on not whether they are available at that given time. We will track all ingredients and this current stock. We will track all current and past orders, and we will also provide dish analysis based off of popularity, time ordered, and other common statistics. As far as how the application will look, there are four main views, being the customer view, where customers will be able to view all items, the price, and the ingredients in there, as well as requesting a waiter come to their table. The waiter can see which tables are seated/available, all orders placed, and again get a notification if they're being requested to a table. The chef will be able to view and edit the stock count of ingredients and menu items, as well as view all current and past orders. The manager will have all the same information as the chef, however, they will also be able to view all business related statistics. To showcase how our application will work, we will be looking at our use cases. So we will see exactly how each use case is expected to work when it comes to our application, how it can be used, and exactly how it fits into the application as a whole.
Hello, this is an overview of navigation for the RoboRamsey application. This is a focus on use case number 5 for customer navigation. When a customer first loads the RoboRamsey application, they'll be taken to a user authentication screen with 3 buttons. As a demonstration of one of the primary forms of navigation, we use buttons. For example, if a user wants to register an account, they could press the register button, which will take them to a register page. We can use back buttons to navigate backwards to a previous page. Since I am a user, I would prefer to join as an anonymous guest. This takes us to the main user account page, which gives the customer 3 tabs to work with. This is for ease of access and for ease of understanding. The customer will be given a menu tab and an orders tab. The menu tab will contain current menu items for the restaurant, while the orders tab will contain current customer orders. The settings tab allows a customer to either log out of the account or make other changes to the application, such as filter settings or preferences. As such, these 3 tabs are the primary ways that a customer will be interacting with our application. We'll have additional components inside each of these menus that will also interact or navigate the customer to other tabs. This has been a demonstration of customer navigation in RoboRamsey.
Hello, I'm Adrian and I made the components for the app header and the request waiter button. The app header consists of 5 different versions, one of which can't be seen right now due to it being transparent and having a white button. Otherwise, each header corresponds to their respective page in terms of, say, dashboard, checkout, view order, and menu. And each of them corresponds to their respective use case, such as dashboard being mapped to use case 2, with checkout being mapped to use case 1, as well as view order being mapped to use case 1, and the menu is also mapped to use case 1, and they're all also part of use case 5, where they're used to navigate. Meanwhile, the request waiter button will call a function that will send an alert to a waiter that mentions that their presence is needed at a table. But right now, it just calls an alert that says waiter has been requested, and this is fulfilling use case 3.
Hi, I'm Kunj, and this is the image component for our RoboRamsey app. So when a customer opens our app and selects a menu item of their choosing, they should be able to see a quality image of that item. The image will change depending on what item is selected. So in this case, we have a hamburger. In the customer interface, the customer should also be able to see the image previews of the different items in the menu, the order confirmation, and the order dashboard. For the order dashboard, they will have suggestions with images of what the menu items would look like. So this way the customer won't have to, say, select an item before they can see what it actually looks like.
Hi, my name is Soy Joshi. I made the item viewer description component. This is a component. It gets the selected item from the previous screen and then also gets the description and data about it from the database. And then it renders that data onto the screen as seen over here. You cannot really interact with this, it is just a static component. This component will be used by other components in order to build an actual screen. The relevant use case here is to allow the customer to receive the relevant information about any dish they so select. And it fulfills the business goal of giving the customer the information they need in order to order a dish, and also the business goal of giving the customer a good experience.
This is the button component for our app that places the user's order. Once it's pressed, it runs a function that takes all the items in that order and turns it into an object with all the order information. Once it's pressed, the software will then display a message confirming that the order was placed. This allows us to fulfill the business goal of facilitating a transaction of money for food between the customer and the restaurant by automating a part of the process. It also fulfills the business goal of reducing user effort and increasing the quality of user experience. Both of these are done by making it far simpler to complete this particular task of ordering food.
So this is the menu screen. So the business requirement that this accomplishes is that it allows the customer to select an item and order food. So it's split into several different sections. Then this is the item screen, which is a sample screen of a possible item. We have to style it more and make it look nicer. And then this is the order screen, which lists the status of the customer's order. There are buttons that allow the customer to add or remove items, but they currently do not have any functionality.
Hello, I'm Raymond Chow, and I made the price calculation component, which is use case 6. This component helps the restaurant calculate the total amount of money that each customer will have to pay for their orders, which fulfills the business goal of allowing customers to pay through this application. The items that the customer is attempting to purchase are listed here, along with the prices shown on the right of each item. Below the list is the subtotal of the items. The subtotal is equal to the sum of the prices of the items. Changing an item or the price of an item will in turn change the subtotal. The tax is equal to 7% of the subtotal rounded to the nearest dollar, which can be changed depending on the restaurant. The total is equal to the sum of the subtotal and the tax. The confirm order button allows the customer to proceed to the payment screen.
This allows us to assist in fulfilling the business goal of providing the user with a good user experience. This is done by reducing the time they spend on calculating the cost and the tax.
The Edit Order button allows the customer to remove items from the order by bringing the customer to the Edit Order component, which is use case 13. The Back button returns the customer to the price calculation component. The left arrow on the top allows the customer to return to the menu.
This allows us to assist in fulfilling the business goal of reaching an agreeable deal between the customer and the restaurant. This is done by automating a portion of the process. We also can help provide a good user experience by reducing the time spent on calculating the cost and making the necessary transactions by helping automate part of the process again.
The Confirm Order button is a button that takes the final order of a user and sends it to the restaurant staff so they can begin preparing or altering the user's order. Upon clicking Confirm Order, a prompt will appear to let the user know that the order has been confirmed.
This component displays all the order information, and it is a non-interactable component. These components correspond to our ordering use cases, which are use cases 1, 2, and 3.
This will allow us to fulfill the business goal of facilitating a transaction of money for food by automating another part of the process. It also helps to reduce user effort and increase the quality of user experience. This is done by, in particular, listing out all of the information that is relevant to the transaction.
Waiter button will call a function that will send an alert to a waiter that mentions that their presence is needed at a table. But right now, it just calls an alert that says waiter has been requested, and this is fulfilling use case 3.
The function of the suggestions section is to guide the user to other items that would complement their order. So as in our user case 2, while the user is waiting for his order, they can check the suggestions section and they could maybe find an item that they think will make their meal more enjoyable and order that as well. So this will help the business make more sales and will also help the customer experience.
The Save Changes button is a component that allows the user to save whatever edits, adds, or deletes they did to their order. Upon pressing the Save Changes button, a prompt will appear to confirm to the user that the changes have been saved.
The function of the delete order button is to fulfill our first use case, where the user can delete his order if they choose to after selecting some items, and then they decide to not go through with the order. Like say after selecting a few items, the customer feels that his meal is costing too much. Then he can use the delete order button to restart his order. This helps in making it easy for the user to when it comes to editing their order, and thus it helps boost customer satisfaction, which in turn benefits the business.
Our next steps for this project will mostly include development of the app. So far, we have done a large part of the customer interface with the menu and the order screens. So our next steps will be to complete the waiter interface, the chef interface, and the manager interface. So we will try to map closely to our Figma page and make improvements when needed. A large focus for us right now will be functionality and making our app fully interactable in the upcoming weeks. We will also try to have most development done by late April. This way, we will have a sufficient amount of time for user testing and a final product delivery by the first week of May.